Hey guys, I thought I'd just quickly do this offshoot video. I didn't advertise or anything like this. Wasn't planning to do one for a couple of days actually. I've been quite busy. As you can see, I've been I've been that busy. I've decided to become unkempt and unkempt, unkept. Sorry, I don't know where I got the M from. And I've still got the bare ears here. They're growing out, so still just can't grow anything here, honestly. But even that is only about half the size of a friend's forehead, and he'll know who he is. um, the reason I decided to do one today was because yesterday um, was quite a weird day for me. It was a bizarre day. In back of my mind, I could say I was expecting it. Um, but then there was a part of me thinking, okay. So just in case you weren't aware, I had a meeting in Cambridge with my employers. They decided to call the meeting as a result of a probationary period, and that I would be released from my contract. Now, this doesn't go against me, thankfully. I had HR explain it all, that it doesn't go against me. I don't have to declare it as a getting sacked or anything like this. It's basically a sickness probation, failed probation, because I've been off work now since the 1st of May because of my ruddy intestines. Um, and they were even kind enough to say, look, if you ever want to come back and, we're looking, just apply, because we'd welcome you back with open arms, which is a lovely touch, It does mean that I won't be able to speak to any of my colleagues on a regular basis like I used to. Not going to shout out any names. I always promise not to call out names um, on here, um, simply because if I miss someone out, they're going to probably get arsey. Um, and obviously, I put a status on Facebook regarding it. But what I wanted to talk about mainly was my feeling, because as I said, since the 1st of May, I've been off. Now, on the 1st of May, I had issues with my washing machine, so I had the day off to wait for an engineer. He came, he saw, and he conquered my washing machine and fixed it. Brilliant. And it's been working ever since. Fantastic. That evening, I started getting a bit of a belly rumble, and at 3 o'clock in the morning on the Tuesday, I was I was ill, very very ill, both ends. Just to keep this video classy. Well, it turned out I went to the doctors, and they said I had some form of intestinal infection. Then eventually started getting to the point where this intestinal infection should only have lasted 13 days. So they're going to look at it and try and figure out why. So samples were required, samples were given, and I had an appointment, and they basically said, yep, it's what we thought. It's Campylobacter. So it's an intestinal infection. It probably isn't food poisoning, because food poisoning wouldn't last this long. It's just your Campylobacter just isn't doing what it's doing its job, basically, because Campylobacter is a bacteria, and only minimal amounts should be found. Excuse me, should be found outside of the stomach. Um, so we're now 10 weeks on, probably even longer than that. I can't even 12 weeks. So, yeah, it's so basically my anxiety has hit the roof. It may not seem it to some people, because I do put on a bit of a front. Um, what I'll do is I'll likely I'll message people going, "Oh my god, I don't want to message you. Hi, how are you doing? Yeah, that's how it works. It's like, oh god, But but also my depression has been spiking as well. There have been some days where, um, for the sake of lying, I just lied to people. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. Having a really good day. Yeah, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And I wouldn't. I'd just stick the TV on, make sure I've got enough electric, so I can do a whole day's worth of TV or whatever. Sorry, I'm yawning. I do apologise. And yeah, I wouldn't even leave the house, or if I did, it would be to go to Hitchin or other places, just wander around the shop quickly, and then get the bus back. Literally take one bus, and then wait for the next one to come along and get that back home. Got my exercise bike, so I've been trying to exercise as much as I can. Doesn't seem to be working because I'm not weighing myself every day. I know not to do that, but I'm weighing myself. I need to take deeper breaths. I think I'm shallow breathing, so that's probably why I'm yawning. Um, yeah, I'm sort of exercising every couple of days. So I weigh myself every couple of days. Not taking the results too seriously, because I still have a routine that I do in the morning that I'm quite impressed with. That helped me with weight loss, sort of just before and over Christmas. But I've got a little bit of confidence back, because I'm doing other things, and I thought I'd let you know on this video that not only am I talking about the mental health side of it, with the depression as well. It really spiked yesterday. So I was on the train yesterday, coming back from Cambridge, and we were just coming into um, Ashwell and Morden. Yes, just after Shepworth, I think. Whichever station is after Shepworth, I think it's Ashwell and Morden. Um, and I just sat there having a late breakfast, that I got from the station, and I just looked at my food and just just this is literally what I just did. I just looked at my food and I just went, and just screwed it up in my bag, in a carrier bag, and put it in the bin. Now I didn't waste food. I didn't waste food at all, because all I had left was a Snickers bar. Um, so I ate the Snickers bar anyway. On a bus, I ended up missing the Olsey station. Ended up in Biggleswade. So I thought, well, there we are. Killed two birds with one stone. Had a couple of things in Biggleswade anyway. And I was planning to do that today actually, but did that yesterday instead. Got on the bus. And I was just got to the bus station where I was looking at because in Biggleswade now, I'm not sure if you've seen it, but at the bus station they actually have proper bus. Um, they have electronic boards now on each side of the bus station where buses alight, and I'm looking at one and I'm thinking, right, I've got 25 minutes, and there was a young mother there with her child, and she stood up and she wanted to see what I was looking at, and she said, "Oh God, I didn't see that there." She goes, "Are you able to help me? I'm trying to get to Sandy." And she says, "But I've got to wait for someone first." I said, And I told her about the 73 bus, and that just turned up, but she couldn't get it. And her daughter started to do star jumps in front of me. And I looked at her daughter and I said, "What are you up to?" As a joke, "What are you up to?" And she said, I'm doing star jumps for you. Do you fancy doing star jumps for me?" I, I looked at the mother and my mum. No, my mum wasn't there. I looked at the mother and her mother said, "Well," and I was like, "Don't think I've got the right size, build, or anything to do star jumps at the moment." I said, "But if," and then her daughter just sat down and went, "Oh, God's sake." And we just all burst into laughter. And the daughter then came up to me because the mum said, she said, "Oh, let's go shopping. We've got another 15 or so minutes. Let's go shopping and we'll come back." And I said, "Well, I'll be gone. So nice to meet you, blah, blah, blah." And her daughter put out her hand. "Nice to meet you, mister." And I said, "Nice to meet you too." And I did know her name, and I'm not going to say it. I said, "Oh, nice to meet you too. And I hope you enjoy, good luck in getting home." And it sort of put a smile on my face, um, because I was a complete stranger, and it was a circumstance of no one's making that got us talking. No idea what the mother was called, but she was a lovely lady. She was very polite. She had she she was always smiling as well, and she even joked with her daughter about her daughter wanted a present. And she says, "Don't you think I bought you enough? You've got 6 puzzles in here, blah, blah, blah." And her daughter did not seem impressed. So, I got on the bus back to Hitchin. That's where I scoffed my Snickers. I needed a Snickers as well. I was feeling a bit lightheaded, even though I'd had my lunch or late breakfast. That Snickers actually sort of just topped it off perfectly. Because I was feeling lightheaded. I had a bit of a headache, but the Snickers actually sort of cleared that. And I got to Hitchin, went around a couple of shops waiting for the bus. Eventually got on a bus, and I just ended up laughing for about 5 to 10 minutes because the bus driver was having to tell almost every other customer, "No, Ickleford is closed off at the moment. So if you want to go to Ickleford, I can take you as far as Stotfold Road, and you have to get off there and walk all the way back." And he told one woman, who then turned around and told everyone else, but no one else seemed to be listening. So they all got on, and he verbatim told them the exact same thing. Didn't waver, didn't go off script or anything like this. And I was sitting there 8 or 9 rows back, hoping that he didn't hear me. But I was literally there just going, and I just, I was having a bit of a, yeah, it was a good moment. Um, so yeah, that was quite good. And so yeah, apologise for this t-shirt. This was I exercised in it earlier, so if it looks a bit mucky, I do apologise. I've been wiping my brow and everything from it, brow and everything on it. So yeah, it's a bit funky at the moment. So yeah, um, one thing that's keeping me sane at the moment is a new project that I've got on the go. So obviously I'm doing these videos, and they go on Facebook, Instagram. Blah, blah, blah. I knew I would. Do you know what? I knew I wouldn't be able to say Instagram straight away. Um, so yeah, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I don't have any other form. I have LinkedIn, so they will be put on LinkedIn as well. And if you do go on LinkedIn, then obviously you can follow me or whatever they do on LinkedIn. Can't quite work it out personally, but I'm getting there. But I'm also getting into voiceovers. So I've been over since Monday. I've been doing a course at home about voiceovers. I've got a lot of information on my laptop now regarding this, and I've been, for the last couple of days, I've been trying to get my demo sorted. And I live in a really, really quiet area, to the point where today I've seen a lot of children wandering around, playing around, but I've not heard them. But this morning, when I had it all planned out and I had my trusty microphone, there were workmen walking around, being louder than loud, literally louder than loud. I was just like thinking, oh my god, that disappeared. And then all of a sudden, the children were playing football, and the ball was going one way, but still kept coming towards my flat. And I thought, piss off, go away. There's me trying to do these demos. I've logged on to an audio blocks site. Audio blocks are scripts, books, gaming scripts, and things like this that aren't copyrighted, so that people can do their demos without having to sort of get licensed to do it, to do it, or and things like, so they don't have to pay for it. So because the last thing you want to be doing is a sort of a 30-second to a minute demo and then get told you owe us money for doing it. So yeah, trying to do that, and everything's working as we hope. Tomorrow is the day of the Lord in many people's eyes. Hopefully it'll be even quieter and I'll be able to actually get something done. Right, I'm going to sign off now. I'm going to just bring this a bit closer. I seem a bit distant when I do that. I also look a bit sort of Jabba the Huttish when I do that. So stop laughing, JB. So, yep, thank you very much once again for watching, for listening, for probably looking at my yawns going, oh, I'm yawning too. And I apologise if I made anyone else yawn. But this is me at the moment. So, as I'm going to sign off. Toodle pip.